Hey, it's Von Barron here at your jazzdrumschool.com YouTube channel. Aloha, hope you're doing well. So feel is the deal, baby. And I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you get better feel on the drums. All right, so if you got lots of chops, but you don't got feel, the phone ain't going to ring, period. It's just not going to happen. Feel is the deal. Feel is the thing that makes the groove go around. It makes the record go around, if you know what a record is. It makes everything happen in the band. And getting that feel sometimes can be tricky. So let me give you 3 tips, 3 things you can do to instantly improve your feel. Now, all these tips I share with you, I've woven throughout my courses at jazzdrumschool.com. If you haven't checked out jazzdrumschool.com, I really encourage you to check it out. It's got everything over there to help you become a great jazz drummer. There's a lot of stuff spread around at YouTube and other places and other websites teaching drums, but not really focusing enough on jazz drumming. You may learn a little bit about comping over here or a little bit about soloing over here. But at Jazz Drum School, I bring it all together for you so that you can be successful playing real jazz with other real musicians. So tip number 1, Brazilian 16th notes. And what this means is Brazilian feel, basically. You can count it as 16th notes or 8th notes, doesn't matter. But in Brazil, they have a very specific way that they feel their music, especially playing samba and a lot of other kinds of grooves in that genre. So Brazilian feel. What I want you to memorize are 4 syllables. Da-gach, ga-da-gach, 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 ga-da. Now I've written them on the screen, okay? Notice there's a strong accent on that 4th note. Okay? Da-gach, ga-da-gach, 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 ga-da. Okay? You really want to nail that 4th note. That's going to be really important. That's going to give it that perpetual motion, that forward motion. Okay? This feel is so important. And when I learned this feel, it completely exploded my drumming. It just opened everything up, and I went deeper and was more effective at grooving than I'd ever been before. So let's learn how to do it. Let's just basically play 4 notes, and we're going to accent that 4th note really, really strong. The first note is also kind of accented, but not as strong as the last note. And the notes in between are really pretty quiet. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, da-gach, ga-da-gach, 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 ga-da. And you can use this feel in a multitude of different grooves, okay? You're going to feel it naturally in Afro-Cuban Latin drumming. You're going to feel it, of course, naturally in Brazilian drumming. You're playing samba or bossa nova or a lot of other grooves in Brazil. You also are going to feel it when you play hip-hop, okay? It's in there. Or funk, okay? And you could also feel it slightly when you're playing swing. So let me do this now. I'm going to demonstrate for you. I'm going to play the pattern first on the snare drum, and then I'm going to go into each of those different grooves so you can connect the dots. You can connect how the feel of the 4 notes, the Brazilian feel is, with the groove that I play next. All right, check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. the grooves I played for you were Song Go, which is an Afro-Cuban Latin groove. Then I played a Brazilian samba, and after that I played some swing, and after that I finished everything up with a little bit of hip hop, kind of funky kind of thing. So I hope you could hear the connection there. It's really important. Okay, now the second tip I want to give you is to Elvinize your grooves, okay? This is in the context of playing jazz swing. The great Elvin Jones, one of my favorite drummers of all time, had this ability to accent that third note of a triplet grouping that gave it the music this perpetual motion, this forward motion, okay? And it gave it incredible feel, all right? Now I've got another great video here about Elvinizing your feel, so check this out here on my YouTube channel. I'll teach you kind of how to do that. In this one, I just want to make the point and state the case about accenting that third note of the triplet. So what I mean is if I'm counting 1 and A2 and A3 and A4, I'm heavily accenting that third note. When I do that, I transform the feeling of what I'm playing. Now let me give you a couple of examples. I'm going to play swing, okay, of course, because I'm in triplet feel. And for the first groove I'm going to play for you is just kind of your bread and butter basic swing groove. I'm just going to accent that 2 and 4 on the ride cymbal and just play like how normally we'd play when we're learning how to play jazz on the drums in the beginning, something I teach in my Intro to Jazz Drumming course. Then I'm going to do is I'm going to actually kick it up a notch, and I'm going to just add in an extra accent on the ride cymbal on the third note of the triplet, and I want you to hear the difference. Check it out. 1, 2, 1. So could you hear the difference? It's very subtle in a way, but it's profound. It's going to just open up everything you play. And it's just going to give it that kind of feel that you can't get with just playing accents on 2 and 4 on the ride cymbal, just doing the basic spang-a-lang beat. If you can kick it up a notch and you can get that third note accented in there, it's going to make a big difference. Now go check out that video on Elvinizing your swing, and I talk more about how to do that. Now the third tip I have for you is about pulling back on your time, relaxing your feel. So if you think of time as like different ways, you've got metronomic time, like right down the middle, okay? Your metronome's clicking beep, 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 beep. That's going to be like perfect time right here in the middle, okay? Then you have these other places you can play where you could play either slightly ahead of the beat, okay, or slightly behind the beat, meaning you can relax your time a little bit and play back, or you can push it a little bit ahead. Most of the time, in almost every style of modern music today, okay, we're talking everything, hip-hop, funk, R&B, soul, jazz, blues, to me, the best sounding rock, a lot of other styles of music, really playing behind the beat is where you want to be. If you're playing on top of the beat, it makes all the music feel very nervous, very rushed. It doesn't settle, it doesn't feel natural. So what you really want to do is focus on playing everything you want to play it a little bit behind the beat. I'm going to give you an example. I'm playing along with the metronome at 120 BPM. And what we're going to do is I'm basically going to play the first way where I'm playing on top of the beat or ahead of the time a little bit. Then I'm going to play behind the beat, a little bit behind the time. And I want to see if you can kind of feel and hear the difference. All right, check it out. 1, 2. So could you hear the difference? It's very subtle, but again, it's very profound, okay? And when you mix all three of these tips together, your feel will transform. No doubt about it. 100% your feel will change. And you will become the kind of drummer that everybody wants to play with. So a couple of drummers I want you to check out. I'll put the links up here and down below in the description. The first album I want you to check out is with the great Mel Lewis, Thad Jones, Mel Lewis Big Band. Okay, great big band. And this album in particular is so yummy. Mel Lewis was one of those great drummers that had this ability to set up a band or to kick a big band with just one note. Sha-ow! You know, the whole band would just elevate off the stage. He didn't have a lot of chops per se, like, you know, you can do like these intricate drum solos and things. You never heard him do too much of that, but he was such a groover. His feel was so infectious, and he was one of the favorite drummers for decades and decades in New York, okay, and other places too. Everybody loved to play with Mel because he had that great feel. Another album I want you to check out is Speak No Evil. This is by, of course, the great Wayne Shorter, and Elvin Jones is on this album, and he is showcasing that third note accent, okay, of the triplet all over the place. So I want you to check that out also. It's a great album and a great introduction to Elvin Jones if you haven't already been introduced. And again, if you haven't already checked out jazzdrumschool.com, I encourage you to do it. I've got all my lessons in 9 different languages: English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. Everything's up there to help you meet all of your jazz drumming goals and play great with other musicians. If you haven't already, also, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Be sure to like the video if you like it. That helps to get around YouTube a lot easier. And drop a comment. Let me know if you have any tips for us here about how you get great feel on the drums. All right? Thanks so much again for watching, and keep swinging, my friend.